Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Blair and today's video is a full face of nothing new. I haven't done one of these in a little while here on my channel, and I always enjoy filming these and just picking out a bunch of products I haven't used in a while. Not planning the video or anything, just sitting down and applying some makeup with you guys, so I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you like it by giving it a thumbs up, and I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and get into the full face of nothing new. I'm gonna do my face first today. I'm just in that kind of mood. So I pulled this out. I never use primer hardly. I don't know. I'm just not a primer person, I guess. But I do have this and I kind of want to use it again. It's a mini of the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. And I know this is like a cult favorite. I just cannot, I don't dislike it, but I've just never really seen much benefit to it. But I'm going to use just a little bit, mainly right in the T-zone, like mainly the sides of my nose and cheek area. Actually, I think I'm going to do the eyes first. I know I said I was going to do face, but I think I'm going to do the eyes first. So I'm going to take the Born This Way Sculpting Concealer, and I'm going to use this as my eye primer. This is in the shade Light Beige. I'm just going to blend that out with a fluffy brush. For the eyes today, I decided to use this one. I haven't used this in forever. This is probably one of my oldest palettes that I have. It's the Naked Basics 2 palette from Urban Decay. It's all matte shades and a little more of a cool tone palette. First gonna go in with the shade Skimp, which is the lightest shade in the palette. And I am just gonna set that concealer down on my eyes. Gonna do something really easy and basic today. I'm actually gonna fill in my eyebrows, and I'm gonna use my Patrick Ta Clear Brow wax. And I am just going to spray a little bit of MAC Fix Plus and use this. This is the Patrick Ta eyebrow brush. And I've been really loving this lately, using this to brush my brows up first into the shape that I want, and then going in and filling them in. So I just brush them up. I feel like when you do this too, you can really see where you need to fill in. Okay, now that that's kind of had a second to set down, I'm going to go in with my MAC Shape and Shade. All right, so I'm going to use the powder side. This is in the shade Lingering. And I'm just going to very lightly fill in anywhere where I feel like there's a pretty big area that needs to be filled in, which isn't very many places, really. On this side, I kind of have to fill in up at my arch, and then a little bit towards the end of my brow. I just kind of fill that in lightly, and then I'll kind of take my spoolie again and kind of brush through, and that kind of distributes the powder a little bit. And then take the pen side, and this is very hard to do and talk at the same time. And I'm gonna try to do this on camera. So basically I just barely touch and draw little individual hairs. The trick with this is definitely to touch as lightly as you can to your eyebrows, because you can go a little bit crazy. if you press too hard. That's all I'm gonna do. And sometimes after I let that set for just a second, I'll go back through with my spoolie one more time. And that's it. I just love how bushy these look, and I love that with the pen you can really draw the hairs and you can really see them. It looks really natural and pretty. I just love it. Okay, so now let's move on to the eyes. I want to do something really simple and easy. So I already primed like you saw, and now I am going to take the shade Stark, which is next to the first shade that we used. It's just a hair darker than the first shade. So I'm going to take that on a big fluffy brush. I love this color because it's hardly there. It's like a barely there eyeshadow color on my skin tone, but it adds just a little bit of a shadow in your crease that I really like. This is such a good palette too. I know nobody talks about this palette anymore, but it's such a good one. I wish Urban Decay would make something similar to this and kind of revamp it. They haven't done one of these little baby palettes like this in a while, I feel like. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the next shade, which is called Frisk. This is a really, really light gray. And I'm gonna take this little BK Beauty 202. And for this, I'm gonna concentrate it right where I feel my eye crease, just to create a little bit of a shadow. I love shades like this for this step, like putting right where you can feel your crease, because since it's more of a cool tone, it really looks more realistic than a warmer tone. So if you really want that shadow look, this is a good way to get that. I'm gonna mix the next two shades together, which are Cover and Primal. These two here. I'm gonna use the same brush, and I'm literally gonna tap once into each color. And I'm just gonna lightly apply this in my outer corner. All right, last but not least, we're gonna go in with the darkest shade, which is called Undone. I guess it's kind of a dark gray. It's a really pretty matte. I guess it could be brown, cool tone brown, depending on the colors you're pairing with it. But I'm taking a little bit of that on my BK Beauty 208 brush. I know, shocker. And we're just gonna create a little bit of a baby wing with this color. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of it at the outer corner, just a tiny little bit. I don't know if you're even gonna be able to see it. And then I'm not bringing it in at all. I'm just leaving it out there. I'm gonna keep my eye open, follow my lower lash line and create a little flick. And then connect the shadow at the corner to the little flick. And that's it. Super easy. Same thing on this eye. Draw my little line at the outer corner. Make a little flick. And then connect. And that's it. See how easy that was? And that's all we're gonna do, guys. So quick and easy. Okay, let's move on from the eyes for a second. We'll come back to them. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish Corrector. I'm gonna bring some of this in my inner corner as well. All right, and then for foundation, I pulled two of them. I don't know which one. I think I'm gonna use this one. Let's use the Milani Screen Queen foundation. This is one of my favorites when I first tried it, but I haven't used it in a little while. This is the shade 220 Natural Beige. And I'll just blend it out. This is the Rare Beauty foundation brush. I haven't used this in quite a while, like I said, but I remember when this came out and I tried it, I really liked it. I'm just applying a really light layer. Okay, so that was just a really, really light layer. I'm gonna add a little bit more to my brush and add a little bit more to my cheek area. Now I'm gonna use e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Light Peach. Under my eyes. Then I'm gonna take my Smashbox blurring concealer brush and start to blend that in. I'm gonna pull whatever is left into my inner corner. Then I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and very lightly go over that concealer. Then I'm gonna take another e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the hydrating one, in the shade Light Peach, and apply just a little bit of that right in the inner corner, and then anywhere on my face where I see I want a little more coverage. And then I will blend. Then I'm just gonna take my same foundation brush and just kind of tap that in. Ooh, okay, let's use this. This is the Ilia, what is this called? Soft Focus Finishing Powder. I don't know why I can't ever remember that name. And let's just lightly set my face. I'll just use this big powder brush and just lightly set my face, just to make sure everything stays in place. And then I think I may take a little tiny bit under my eyes also. And then I'll just lightly set under there as well. Now we'll move on to some bronzer. And today I pulled out an oldie but a goodie. It's my NARS Laguna bronzer. This used to be my everything in a bronzer. I still love it, but I used to use this all the time. So I'm going to take some of this on my Real Techniques blush brush. If you have this brush and you have not tried it for bronzer instead of blush, you should. I don't know what it is, but it's so fluffy, I guess, that it just really diffuses it as you put it on. Makes it look really natural and just like you've actually been out in the sun. Also like this bronzer when I do cooler tones on the eyes because it's more of a neutral undertone. So it looks good no matter what kind of eyeshadow you're wearing. Okay, and for blush, I'm going to use another NARS product. This is the NARS blush in the shade Lovejoy. I actually got this at TJ Maxx. It's kind of a rosy, almost a brown tone. Actually, no, changed my mind. I want to use this. This is a full face of Nothing New, and this is definitely not new, but it's a favorite. The Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic in the shade Climax. Oh, this blush is everything. I love it. See how pretty it is? Ah, I love it. I'm going to take a little bit. You definitely don't have to do this. I just kind of want to do it. I'm going to take my NARS Laguna bronzer, and I'm just going to very, very lightly bring this into the crease. I mean, very, very lightly. Just to add a little bit of that same bronzy tone onto the eye as well. Let's take a little bit of this. This is the, I can never remember the name of this, Rock and Kohl Iconic Liquid Eye Pencil from Charlotte Tilbury in Barbarella Brown. And I want to put just a little bit of this in my waterline. And I'm just going to apply a tiny, tiny bit of this to my outer waterline on the top. I'm not going to bring it all the way in, just to make the lash line look a little bit thicker. All right, and for the lower lash line, I am gonna mix the shades Stark and Frisk. So the first, or no, the second and third shade that we used on the eyes, mainly because I don't want to do a lot on the lower lash line. And I'm just gonna concentrate it mainly on the outer half. This is such a good palette, you guys. If you don't own this palette, I think you can still buy this. I don't know why no one ever uses this, because it's so good. I love this one. Now we will just curl our eyelashes and apply some mascara. I'm going to use this. I haven't used this in forever. It's the Marc Jacobs Lash Primer. Honestly, don't know. I've used this a bunch, and I've still never been able to determine if I really like it or not. But I figured I'll use it today. I'm just gonna apply it and let it kind of air dry, or not air dry, let it dry a little bit before we go in with mascara. For mascara, I think I'm going to use this one. This is Bobbi Brown Smokey Eye Mascara. And then let me apply a little bit on my bottom lashes. Okay, and finally for the lips, I'm going to use this Patrick Ta lip liner in the shade She's Proud. These lip liners are really unique. They have a slanted tip to them. So it's supposed to make lining your lips easier, like your Cupid's bow in particular, because it's angled. Last but not least, I think I'm just going to apply a little bit of lip gloss. This is Buxom White Russian. It's a classic. I have MAC Fix Plus sitting here, so I'm just going to spray a little bit of that to set my face. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I haven't done one of these, like I said, in quite a while, so I figured I would just sit down and turn the camera on today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like full face of Nothing New videos, and I will continue to do them. And guys, this palette is so good. If you don't have this, you need this in your life. This is something literally anybody could use. Every time I use it, I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe and follow me over on Instagram at the same username, simply.blair. I'll see you guys next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.
Memories of you fill my head.